Good evening, lamb chops. It is I, your favorite fluffy vampire, Blooma. Oh, hi. Oh, hi, Muffin. Oh, hi, Muffin. Oh, shit, we back. That's right. Hi, Pliskin. That's right. I realized, too, when I first, uploaded that thumbnail, it said, we back, and I'm like, oh, shit, that's not what I meant. Fuck. Then I had to go edit it. Blooma the Black Mage. Hell yeah. Thought I'd wear some spooky stuff, get comfy. I'm gonna talk to you about my trip. First, guess what? I went to Salem, Massachusetts and saw all the witch shit. Oh, shit. Let me get some music in the back. Oh my god. Burn. No one cares about your ad, Popeyes. Okay. And, fingers crossed. It says it's royalty free. So let's see. We'll find out. Wardrobe change. Yeah, just some comfier stuff. I had 7 blankets and 3 witch hats, and I'm like, none of these match. So I went with my favorites. My favorite hat, anyway. This blanket is just kind of nice. Y'all got some quality fog there. There was no good quality fog. Dylan would have been so upset. He'd been like, you come to my neck of the woods, I'll get you some real fog. Dense shit. Shit you gotta cut with a steak knife. None of this butter knife shit. The jigsaw puzzle incident. What? What? But yeah, how's everyone been? That is exactly how Dylan talks. It is. You've heard him talk. That's exactly how he sounds. He's not here to defend himself. We can shit talk all we want. So how was your guys' break from Blooma? I hope it wasn't too good, bad. Watch, it was great. Actually, I'm never coming back to see your streams again. I'm like, fuck. Shit. Must confess, I'm watching. Oh. Did I see anyone get turned into a newt? Unfortunately, no. No, I did not. I know there's stories I definitely want to tell, but I think the photos will help jog my memory. I literally took pictures. There's some streets in Boston that we walked down where I was every few steps I was like, click, click, picture, picture. I need this as reference. This is exactly the kind of town, city that I pictured Vampire Checkmate in. So click, click, click. I need these for references. Her name was Hoshinonya. Aww. Cute. She's alright. She gets a pass. You can watch her all you want. It was absolutely abominable, darling. I feel that. She hasn't streamed in a minute. Yeah, she's on a bit of a hiatus, I think, Did Ryusa stream during the break? I didn't get any alerts that he was doing shit. It would be cool if he was. Yeah, Ryusa should stream more. He seems really passionate about it. I support. But yeah, today the plan is we're just literally gonna hang out. I'm gonna talk to you. First thing on the agenda I would like to do, I definitely have some photos and some stories from the Salem trip, of course. And then I definitely want to get your guys' opinions, because I do have some spooky games that I would like us to play. I did see, oh yeah, in the Discord. I definitely want to do some more Higurashi with it. I definitely do. So I don't know if we'll do that tomorrow or Monday. I do have a few more days off, so hopefully we can get in a couple streams, more than usual on those days. That would be good, I think. He only streams on Twitch, Does he? I swear he streams on YouTube, too. Maybe he just uploads VODs to YouTube. I don't know. Spooky games, you said? Yes. So I'll go through the games that I have collected for Spooky Month, and you guys can tell me which ones pique your interest. We'll definitely give them a go. Higurashi for sure, because I've already seen that one. Also, I do really want to finish this book of Higurashi, so we can get some other visual novels going. Who wants to do Higurashi? Shaking my head. You've changed. I know. I took 2 weeks off of streaming, and I'm a completely different sheep. You already know about Anatomy, right? You want me to play Anatomy? Don't be mad. I still haven't downloaded it. Listen, I want to play it. I keep forgetting to go get it. Yeah. I get you. Send it again. Thank you. Yeah. Send it in the private messages, like on, like, Discord. Yeah. I definitely want to try that one. Hi, Aria. Oh my god, it's been a minute. How you been? Bruce's streams on other platforms. I don't know. He only ever linked me to Twitch. Ah, I see. Yeah, I swore I watched a stream of his on YouTube. Maybe I'm high, though. I could be wrong. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Pliskin. Hi. But yeah, all right. Let's talk about the source of photos from Salem. So this is the first one. I of course flew there. I am from Minnesota. There's no way in hell I'm driving. It would have been like a 7-day drive. I did go with a couple other people. That was the view of us leaving the Minneapolis St. Paul airport. It was like cloud, just cloud. Terrible, even sick. Oh no, I'm sorry, man. No, sit back, have a drink, relax. We're just gonna vibe today. Maybe I'm high. That's what happens when you get inferior fog. I know, right? Should have just went to Dylan. God damn. But it was neat. I like flying. I think it's really cool. My favorite part is when, like, the plane takes off. So, you know. I liked flying. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. All you could hear is the plane noise. Oh, my God. Anyway, so they had on-flight entertainment. Oh, shit. They had on-flight entertainment. And, like, one of the things they, like, would let you watch was anime. But, like, they only had... It was this and then a bunch of anime movies. So I was like, okay. I mean, people have been telling me to watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I'll give it a go. I got through one episode, got bored, and started watching something else. Yeah. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, yeah. Base. Yeah, I just, maybe I just wasn't in the zone, but, like, I only got through one episode. I'm like, I can't watch it right now. I gotta watch something else. So, I did try it. I did get one episode in. Cringe. Listen. I think it was partially because, like, I was so excited to, like, be getting to Salem, you know? To get to Boston. The Brotherhood's first episode isn't good. Okay, good. Like, I assumed it would get good. Also, they only had one season of it on the plane, so it was just like, eh. Even if I got through... Hi, Jose! Even if I got through, like, that one season, you know, it was just like... Isn't there, like, 60-some episodes in Brotherhood? I don't know. Anyway, I watched one episode of it. Wasn't feeling it. So then I did watch... Abigail! Woo! What a good vampire movie! I love that movie so much. If you need a vampire movie, you should go watch Abigail. It's really, really good. You didn't even get to envy. I got one episode. What you want from me? I think it was envy. Maybe it's greed. I don't know. The really hot lady witch looking motherfucker. She was, like, in the after credits scene of episode 1. I did see her. I'm like, okay, I've seen cosplayers of you. That's lust? Okay. Yeah, no, actually that checks out. That checks out. 64 episodes? Yeah, I definitely want to give it more of a chance. I just, maybe sitting on a plane ride wasn't the best atmosphere to try and get into a new series, you feel me? So anyway, I watched that. And then there's the little thingy, like because the TVs were implanted in the seat in front of you, is so they had, like, you know, there was tabs on it, and it was to watch movies, watch shows, this and that. And then, so this was it. I took a picture of this, because we were flying it, and, like, okay, can you see my mouse? I don't even know if you can see my mouse. Well, the plane is, right? Oh, you can see the mouse, okay. So, like, we were landing in Boston, right? Salem, it was, like, right here. But look what's right here. St. John. I didn't even plan that. Like, bruh. Those plane screens are always such good quality. Right? Oh my god, I loved it. But yeah, I was like, coincidence? I think not. Exactly. It's like I'm doing numbers. I'm doing work. Like, I don't know, man. I just was like, oh shit, wait. Because I have my character Salem and my character John. Anyway, I was just like, giggling to myself. Booma found a new anime. It's called Wandering Witch. I don't know anything about that one. I'm sorry. Let's see. Oh, that's just another picture. Oh, yeah, because it would tell me, like, so we left Minneapolis, St. Paul. We're flying to Boston. Oh, yeah, because then Boston was an hour ahead, so I thought that was nice. It was just cool how it was, like, showing us, like, how fast we're going, how far, like, the altitude, I guess. It was neat. It was neat. It was neat. I was a bit of a weeb, spun the globe, and looked at Tokyo, too, when I was over there. I was like, this is neat. Oh yeah, and then you could zoom in, and there it was. There's Salem! There he is! There it is! There it is! It was neat. And then we were driving. This was some streets in Boston that we drove through. I love all the brick. Like, it was so cool, all the brick and stuff. I don't know what it was. Like, besides me being all giddy that this is exactly what I wanted for Vampire Checkmate, and me snapping reference photos every 5 feet, like, the brick, the atmosphere, it was all just, like, so cool. I can't explain it. I mean, it felt like I should be living there. You know what I mean? But I suppose if I lived there, then I'd be like, damn, I miss Minnesota. Like, those were the vibes. I thought it was just so cool. More brick in Boston. Because, like, the first night, we didn't get a hotel for Salem because Salem, believe it or not, is crazy busy in October. Is that Mistress Blooma? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Welcome, Antimatter. I've missed you guys. Alright. Where was I? Oh yeah. So anyway, Salem. Super busy in October, if you can believe that. So we didn't get hotel in Salem for like every single night because one, they were expensive. Two, just not available. The fact that you don't live there is what makes it so special. Yeah. Salem, like the Salem where they burn the witches? Yes, that's Salem. That's where I went for my vacation. So yeah. So the first 2 days, I guess, we were pretty much just in Boston, and that's kind of where we stayed. But I loved it there. It was so cool. It's a cool place to visit. Yeah, I think so. But, like, I didn't hate walking around Boston because, again, it was exactly the kind of vibes that I wanted for Vampire Checkmate. So, it was mostly me nerding out, getting all these reference photos for my series, you know? Because also, I do like learning about history. There's a lot of history to be taken in Boston. Just, oh my god, I don't know. Maybe I'm a slut for brick architecture. So, of course, I got references to all the fence, the sidewalk, the grass, like, just random things that's, like, that's not a very touristy photo. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I needed it for reference. You think I'm drawing backgrounds? Nah, not around here, partner. Not around here. Oh, shit, okay. So that was all in the first batch. We have some more in the park. So this was the Boston Commons, like, the really big main park in the city. Restaurants, photos, save lives. It's true. It's true. Also, pretty much, like, I think I've showed you a few scraps or a few of the stills that I've been working on for chapter 1 that I'm gonna upload some point. But like, the backgrounds, they're not for me, so I really like matte painting. So, but if I use my own photos, then it's like it's a lot easier to matte paint. Just a fucking tree. There was a cemetery in that park too, by the way. I didn't get to learn much about Boston because, like, the group I was with, one of the people was not super into doing, like, the tours and stuff in Boston, so I was, like, a little sad. But I did get to walk around Boston Commons and the public gardens, so that's fine. Lampposts, because I'm like, this is what the lampposts look like. Some more angles of the park. Because this is, oh my god. It's just so good. It's so good. More brick. More statues. I don't know what that statue is. I just thought it looked neat. Oh yeah. This is one of the statues there. So while we were walking around in the Boston Commons in the public garden, I was like, there's supposed to be like a big statue of like Paul Revere or like George Washington. What the fuck? Oh my god. Fucking ads? Are you for real? Thought this was copyright free. Huh? Yeah, don't do that shit, man. Don't you dare. Oh, yes, a puddle. Listen, maybe I need that puddle. Just got done with some Cinderella 3D crystal puzzle. Oh, that sounds really cool, actually. Holy shit. What am I looking? Anyway, right. So I was like, I really want to find that statue because it's like a major landmark or whatever, right? And we passed by this one, and one of the guys that I was there with was just like, is that Paul Revere? And I was just like, I'm gonna go with no. It's not Paul Revere. So yeah, I don't know. We didn't like go near this one. I didn't read the plaque or anything. I was just kind of cackling that the fact that he was just like, is that Paul Revere? Another shot from the Boston Commons toward Main Street. And these buildings, like, they're all, I keep saying it, but they're like all just really old and really cool brick, like really old architecture. And I eat that shit up. I love it so much. So there's like this really, I should have took a picture. Maybe this is in here in a different slide or whatever, but like, there was like a McDonald's, like just, but it's the really old architecture. So it was like all this gothic federal buildings and brick, and then just McDonald's, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like in the brick. I was like, oh my god. Art is very arty. Paul Revere. Yeah. This is a fountain. It's a metaphor. More of the park. Just a lot of these aren't very special photos, I guess. Now I'm like trying to like look at them and be like, look, this is what I did in Boston. But it's like, to me, these photos are really, really special because this is exactly what I pictured in my head from Vampire Checkmate, and I can't wait when I finally get to like share the actual story with you guys. It's gonna be so cool. More puddles, let's go. Yeah, of course the days that I'm like, well, if we're not gonna go on a tour, we're not gonna go through a museum, can we at least go to the Boston Commons? It's like a big open park. And of course, when I talk them into it, we get there and it's fucking raining. And they're like, oh, you wanted to go to the park and it's raining. Oh, maybe we shouldn't. I'm like, fuck off. We're going to the park. If we're not gonna get to do anything else in Boston, we're gonna go to the park. Fuck you guys. What a nice park. It looks like such a nice place to relax. It does. It was so cool. The other thing I didn't quite understand, and this wasn't just a Boston thing, because it happened a lot in Salem, and I'll put a pin in it. We'll talk about the Salem stuff when I get to the Salem pictures, but like, there was like walking tours, right? And like, I was like, oh, we should join them for one of those. And like, so we wandered over to like one of the guys who was dressed, you know, in colonial clothes, because he's like, yeah, we're gonna go through the historic sites here in the Boston Common. And he's like, tickets? I'm like, tickets? What the fuck you mean? It's a walking tour. And he's like, yeah, well, you still have to pay to do it. And I'm like, what? You have to pay to walk? And he's like, well, we're gonna be giving you historical info and whatnot. And I'm like, what are you gonna do about the people that are just walking through the park that hear you talk? Are you gonna run up and be like, hey, that's $20, little man? I don't know. It seems so strange to me that they ask you to pay money to go on a walking tour. But I don't know, man. As if you could control the weather. I know, right? I know. Vampiric power. The vampiric power, there was one time where it was like super sunny and I was working in an art store and like the sun was coming in. I'm like, man, it's making it really hot in here because there was a bunch of glass windows, right? The sun would come in. And like the manager's like, huh, well, if you're a vampire and you hate the sun, why don't you just make it cloudy? And I'm like, I bet. And I went up to the window and I waved my hand and all of a sudden there was cloud coverage. And that was the day no one in that art store disrespected my vampiric lineage again. Window, I'm just a snake piloting a robot. Pay to walk. Dude in a wheelchair. I'm glad I heard that. I'm like wearing glasses. God. Yeah, no, I don't know. It was just super weird to me that they were asking you to pay money. Whereas, like, we could, what I would have done had I been petty, I would just be like, all right, I'll just skip the tour this time. Thank you, though. And as soon as they left, just walk behind them. Like, what are they going to do? I'm just walking through the park. What are you going to do? But I didn't do that. Nobody wanted me to start in troubles. Anyway. Wait, is this the beginning again? It is. Okay, next group of photos. More shots of that fountain that was in the middle. More! It's Zeus or Poseidon. I think it's Poseidon. I think it's supposed to be Poseidon. Again, there was no plaque. I couldn't learn. But anyway, it was a pretty fountain. I liked it. More! That was just like a clock tower. And it was cool because, like, you can kind of see it. Like, we were there almost at noon. So at some point, the clock tower did go off, and it was really cool to hear that, like, dun 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 dun, dun. Yeah, whatever fucking noise it makes. It was really cool, really pretty. Nobody wanted me to start trouble. BRB, on my way to retroactively start trouble. Pretty, right? Oh yeah, I love this old style stuff. So yeah, there's that. And then, oh, yeah, this was the path leading up to it. I really just wanted to reference for these stairs. And this is like the Capitol building, I think is what, the state building. I'm pretty sure it's Capitol building. Something like that. Oh yeah, and then I almost petted a squirrel. I was so close. He did, at some point, come over and, like, nibble, like, I held up a stick, and, like, wait, does it show it in this? No, yeah, so I got a stick, and I'm like, how's that? Ah! And he was like, huh? And he touched me. He nibbled. He didn't nibble. I shouldn't say that. What is it? He, like, snarfed with his nose. He went, like, you know, when animals, like, move their nose a lot. He did that on my hand, and I freaked out, and I went, ah! Because I thought he was gonna bite me. And I jumped back, and he jumped back, and he ran off, and I was like, I'm sorry! I didn't expect you to be so, like, I don't know, hospitable. East Coast rodents are built different, true. Yes, there's a squirrel as a pet? Lucky! Oh my god. Get close to the mic and do that nose thing again. Okay. Okay, here we go. Like that. Welcome to Blooma's impromptu ASMR. ASMR. I'm a squirrel. Dogs when you're trying to sleep be like, yeah. Guinea pigs when I hold them on my shoulder be like. Oh yeah, this is the government building. I'm gonna be using that as reference for like the Vampire Hunters HQ building. You got that clip. What was it? Oh yeah, this is just the back of a memorial for something. I forget who it was. Just needed that sound for oh my god. This was a state building from the front. Very cool, very pretty, very demure. A better photo of the state building. There was like some really pretty flowers in front of it. Also, this makes it look like it was empty. Had I turned the camera, there was like 30 people behind me all doing the exact same thing, taking a picture of this building. Rain be damned. Tourists were here, we were gonna get our money's worth. Fortunately, got work to do. I'll try and pop in for 10 Alright, good luck out there, Muffin. Thanks for popping in when you did anyway. And then let's see, what else? Oh yeah, that was the front gate. Perfect reference for the stairs they're gonna sit on in that one scene. Oh my god. More government. More. Oh yeah, okay, and then this was, I forget. This was like some regiment or company that like held down this chunk of Boston during the Civil War or something. I don't know. I forget exactly what it was. Thought it was neat looking. More reference. More state building. Reference of a rooftop. Again, these are just like so stupid photos when you don't understand what's in my brain. Because I'm sitting here like, this is a perfect reference for that one scene where they're going to sit up on the roof on something. But, like, anybody else looking at it's just like, that's a dumbass photo. What? Is that a vampire chick? Exactly. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Oh, and this one I'm like, oh, this is such a cool, like, scene with the railing and then, like, all these cool buildings. And this guy's like, I'm just trying to be on my lunch break. Can you not? I'm like, I'm sorry. I know this isn't, like, the touristy photo moment, but, like, you're in the way. I needed this picture of these buildings. Thank you. And that was another view of that same memorial, it looks like. God, the fog making it look so cool. Right? Right? These are the stairs that lead up. Oh. Next. To what is going to be the reference for Scarlett's house apartment. I still haven't quite decided if it's going to be her full-on house or if she's just going to be like in an apartment, a really nice apartment. I'm still deciding. But anyway, that's what it's going to look like on the outside because it leads down right into the park where she sees Salem walking around. It's going to be, Anyway. Those are the stairs. Railing. I need to get railing references because just straight lines isn't it. You got, look at this intricate detail. Low light stream. How's it been, Bluma and everybody? Architecture, right? It's been good. It's been good. Thanks for popping in, man. We've just been vibing. I'm just showing off all the pictures I got. So far, all of them have been in Boston, and I've just been my stupid little... Oh my god, this is going to be the perfect shot for that one scene in Vampire Checkmate. Oh, this is another view of the park. There's just like one little carousel somewhere near the middle. I was like, huh? But anyway. And these poor dudes that were manning like the hot dog and icy stands. Like, this hot dog lady, she understood the assignment. She had her umbrella up. She was on her phone. She knew nobody was going to be stopping for a slushie. You know what I mean? But we walked by this other guy at the other end of the park who was like, get your hot dog here. Fresh hot dog. We got ice cold Slurpees. Ice cold. And I'm sitting there like, it's like 40 degrees out, my guy. No one's going to buy a slushie. But I loved his enthusiasm. Loved the enthusiasm. Another memorial that, again, I didn't see a plaque or anything for, so I have no idea what it's for. Again, just took photos for reference. And I missed it. I was so upset. Like, I also didn't want to be a creeper about it. But, like, as we were walking, like, over here, we went on this path. Like, you could barely see it. But there's a path over there that we took after I took all these pictures. And then, shit you not, a guy came up over the hill wearing, like, the coat that I had designed for Salem. And it was, like, flowing in the breeze. Collar popped. And I'm like, Fuck! That would have been such a perfect shot! Son of a bitch! But also, I didn't want to be a creeper take a picture of this random stranger. Also, his face, his hair were nothing like Salem. He was also shorter than Salem. But the coat was exactly what I wanted. Should have told them NYC dogs are better. And then the socks suck. Yeah, okay, we were trying not to get shanked, actually. Okay, and this was the path leading to... Wait, was that it? Yeah, I think this is the path leading to the public gardens. Because, like, the Boston Common is, like, this big park. Just, like, a wide open park with, like, the one carousel. The 5 hot dog stands and all these statues. The public gardens had, like, a pond, a river. There was special willow trees. They had rose bushes, garden. It would have been so cool to see the public gardens, like, in the spring or, like, summertime. Like... We're gonna get some more photos, but, like, it would have been so cool to see them, like, fully flourishing. Also, this was the most fall color I saw over there. I was like, we're gonna go there, it's gonna be October, the trees are gonna be pretty, they're gonna be orange and yellow and red. They were not. They were this. So many of them were just, like, this kind of orangey green, but most of them were still green. I was pissed. This was, like, the most fall shot I got. Not kidding. Alright, also, Bluma, when Vampire Checkmate gets to the point where it's turning a profit and you are making other stuff, trips like this for reference photos could be a tax write-off. Hey, yeah, I like the way you think, Mango. I like the way you think. Damn, short king shame. Well, listen, listen. Being shorter than Salem doesn't make you a short king. Salem's over 6 foot, so. Chad, is this real? It is very real. It's very real. I've used, like, when I worked more full-time art, as like a full-time concept artist, there was things where it's like I would buy for me, but it's like, well, I did use it at work. Like, anytime I had to do something to fix my computer as a tax write-off because I needed it for my job. Wait, how tall exactly? He's over 6 foot, and John is, like, about 6 foot. Salem's, like, a couple inches taller, so maybe, like, 6'3" or something. I don't know. I never worked out exactly how tall. I told myself I'd need to get a tape measure. Because, like, okay, this is, again, maybe this is weird, but in Bluma, this is how she does it. I know how tall he is compared to me, so I need a tape measure to see how tall he is. Because, like, I'll be like, okay, that's where I see the top of his head, and then I'll measure it. I know he's over 6 foot, because Bluma is 5'8", and he is definitely taller than I am. And I know John is taller than me, too. But yeah, exactly how tall? I don't have the numbers, unfortunately. Oh shit. Oh shit. Wait. Okay, there we go. Stream, like, froze for a second. I don't know if it did for anybody else, but for me, it was just like, eh. Alright. Oh, we're back at the beginning of that. Alright, next. And this was... They also had a couple of these randomly in the park. I don't know what they are. But, like, I go up closer to it here. Oh, yeah. Brick road. This is what it looks like. Alright. So, like, there's this. That was the ceiling. So, I'm not sure exactly what it was. Maybe at one point it was, like, a little thing for, like, dancing or, like, a little band to sit on. I don't know. Also, there was a sheep head on it. Hey, represent, represent. When your Oshi's in Boston and is part of the architecture. Oh, yeah, I didn't read the plaque for this guy either. He was, like, some leader. I don't know. Oh, right. At this point, we're in the public gardens. So, like, yeah, look, like, these bushes would have been so cool to see when they were flourishing, right? But damn. And these hedges? These rose bushes back here? Bruh. That's a rat. Ban them. Get that shit out of here. Ban. Oh, God, these would have been so pretty. There was flowers. See this, like, orange bit? That was a flower. Like, it would have been so pretty. Anyway. More references. I've seen orchestras give concerts on circular buildings like that. Yeah, okay. So I wasn't too far off. I thought, like, I'm like, maybe, like, bands sat there or something. I don't know. Hey. Guinea pigs be fighting. Oh, we're back to the beginning. Okay. And then, next section. This was the bridge in the public gardens. I didn't read the plaque. I was too concerned with trying to touch... Oh, this isn't the picture. Anyway, there's the lake. There's the pond that was there. More shots of... Where is it? Yeah, I was more concerned with trying to touch a pigeon. Mods take her estrogen. No, never that. Never. So yeah, I was trying to touch a pigeon mostly. I went up and I went, oh, oh. And then one flew at my hair and I got scared. So I stopped doing that. Right, we'll go back and look at these a little bit closer. So, like, there's were all these ducks and, like, some more pigeons down here. At one point, this kid screamed, and then off-screen, like, to the right here, there was, like, 50 other pigeons. So this kid screamed because one of the ducks did the, you know, thing in the water. This kid screamed. Flock of birds went through there. I thought they were going to take the kid. But they didn't, sadly. Unfortunately. The kid just ran. Or not ran. They just giggled. Try that before they run away. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I thought that they would run away, but after that encounter with the squirrel, I was like, huh. Maybe animals around here are more open to this. Maybe I can get a pet in. More bird. Right, and then there was this bridge leading over to... That's the statue I was looking for. The really big George Washington statue. Because that was the landmark. Oh yeah, there's that pretty little island. Again, I don't know what that island was for. There was no way to get to it. It was just out in the middle of that pond. I'm not sure why they did that, if not for just, I don't know, to have more trees. There was this pretty red tree by the water. I took a close-up because I liked all the berries on it. And there it is, the Washington statue. I found it, finally. Because, like, we had spent maybe 45 minutes walking around Boston Commons. Because I'm like, where the fuck is this George Washington statue? I know it's here. It's literally a national landmark or whatever. I want to see it. I like the history. I like seeing this shit. Where is it? So we walked around the rainy Boston Park for 45 minutes before I'm like, that's it. Where's Google? Give me Google. And I opened up my Google Maps and I'm like, take me to the Washington statue. And it's like, all right, turned around. And it like led me out across one of the roads in Boston and into the gardens. I was like, what the fuck you mean it's in a different park? Like, I was so sure it was in the Boston Common. But to be fair, the public gardens and the Boston Common, the only thing making them separate entities was the one big road through them that I crossed to get into there. So to be fair, we were in the right spot. But yeah, no, the people I was with were like, you didn't even know where this fucking statue was. I was like, it was here, wasn't it? It's in Boston. Anyway. Islands just sort of happen, you know? Yeah, but that would look so maintained. It looks like man-made. Like they man-made put it there. And these are the cute little rose gardens that were behind him. Again, it's October, so like nothing was blooming. Nothing looked good. But anyway, I did take photos of it. Oh, we're back to the beginning of that chunk. Here's one bush that kind of still had some life that I was like, hey, there it is. Hi, Dylan. Welcome back. You got Bernice. Let's go. Congrats. Happy for you. It's Dylan. We were talking about fog earlier. We thought about you. And then, let's see. Oh, another bench for reference. Because Salem and Scarlett sit on a bench in the park somewhere. So, you know, it's... I'll have to decide which bench I want to use. But anyway. A close-up of the bench. Let's go, Fire Girl. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, there was more fountains. We didn't go near this one because at that point everyone I was with was like, it's cold, it's raining, you saw your statue, can we leave? And I was like, ugh. Yeah, more rose gardens. That would have been really cool to see fully flourishing. Like, imagine this pink and this big of a flower everywhere. Oh, it would have looked so cool. Reference of the fence, how cool it looked, the brick sidewalk. Oh my god, the brick sidewalk send me. I think it looks so cool. Ugh. Ugh. More reference of just a street in Boston, you know. As you do. As you do, just reference. That's it for that group. Scroll down. This was still in Boston, but like at this point the brick was getting less on their sidewalk, so I was like, no, it's not as aesthetic. There's no bad weather, only unprepared clothes. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. See, like, I didn't mind the rain. I had my raincoat thingy on. I didn't mind it. Oh yeah, there's a P.F. Chang. And I was like, huh, get it? P.F. Chang. Because one of the guys I was with, he was just like, I don't get it. I'm like, look, here, this is the actual restaurant of that fucking fake-ass Chinese food that you get in boxes at the grocery store. And he's like, oh yeah! Oh, and they had this cool Edgar Allan Poe statue. I don't think I have a picture of the other side of it. But, like, on the back of all these papers, there was the heart is sitting there. Mm-hmm. Except snowstorms. Snowstorms are bad weather. Mango, just because you don't like snow. But yeah, I thought the statue was super cool. That was just outside the Boston Commons, too. Dude, that is badass, right? Oh, this was kind of what I was talking about earlier. How, like, there was, like, a McDonald's. Like, it was this really ornate, like, what is this? Federal-style architecture with the brick and, like, this, like, pretty whatever. And then just Starbucks. It was this, except McDonald's, you know? I was just like, that's an energy. that is an energy. And of course, because like we were there, I'm like, can we go inside? I really want to know what the like, inside of like one of these fancy fast food chains looks like. But of course, everyone was like, no, I don't want to. I'm not hungry, and I don't want Starbucks. And let's go. It's raining. I'm like, when are we gonna be back here? Why don't we want to go look anyway? I believe the term is colonial. It's not colonial though. They taught us on one of the tours. They said it was like government federal. It was like federal style architecture. When you see a lot of brick and it's like really squared like this, it's federal style architecture. At least that's what they told us on the tour. I'm sure colonial also looks a lot like this. I'm not an architect myself. I do not know the innate differences. It's not interesting. Yeah, I mean, at least that's what they told us on the tour. Like, it was federal style when it's brick and really squared like this. But I could be wrong. Learn something new. Yeah, maybe. Or I'm completely wrong and I misunderstood what they were saying. Either way, looks really fancy. I really like it. I wanted to go inside, but no one would let me. Oh, more shots of the street once we got back in the car. I'm a brutalist girly, what can I say? Yeah, no, I really like Gothic style. Like, old churches. That shit gets me rock hard. Anyway. Oh yeah, another shot of the star. And this guy, oh yeah, this guy, he was a dog walker, so we had like 4 dogs, and in the middle of the road, he's like, what is that? What do you have in your mouth? And he like ripped open that lab's mouth and took out a stick. I was like, that's so real. He's just trying to get through his day. More references. The street with the hills. Oh my god, some of these hills felt like they were 90-degree angles. I was like, how the fuck do you people do this once this starts freezing? This is crazy. Do y'all just not drive? Spit it out. Spit it out. Yeah, exactly. Just fucking streets in Boston, you know? Huh. And this was a Target. Another one of those, it looks so fancy on the outside, and then it's just a Target. So cool. Alright, that's the end of that group. Boom. Oh, look at these oh, the fog. Oh, perfect. A cop! Free sliding. It's true. Maybe they just slide to work. I know the parking was like the craziest part though. There was nowhere to park. Like, we got a spot in like a garage, like a parking garage. And it was like $20 for an hour, so that wasn't bad. But like, if you're trying to park anywhere in the street, like for free or anything, you won't. You cannot. It's nuts. Also, all the parking. I didn't take a picture of it, I don't think. But like this sign here, like picture like this size and this size all the way down it. Those were some of the street's parking rules. Were signs like that. I'm just like, how the fuck do you have to solve a riddle to park anywhere here? Jesus Christ. Minnesotans when they see a Target list. And here, these were more like apartment buildings, because we were trying to like go somewhere to eat, and like there was like, I hope I got pictures of it, but like how tall and narrow some of these streets are, it's crazy. Also, to live in one of these, like, I couldn't imagine, like the rent. Christ. God, I love the energy. The energy was so cool. Yay! Oh, I love these kind too, that kind of have that rounded thing coming out. I love that. I think that looks so cool. A vampire sheep geeking out over Gothic architecture? My Oshi. Yeah, you know. These old style lampposts too. So cool. Well, there's that bell tower, but like a different side of it. I think like I took a picture of that when we drove into Boston too. Anyway, very pretty. Just a street. Just a fucking street. Oh, that was the end of that batch. Yeah, again, sorry. Some of these are just really boring. They're just like pictures of a street in Boston. But to me, it was the coolest shit because I think it looks so cool. So I was snapping pictures, just snapping away. This guy even had a whole ass hedge over the door. Oh shit. There you go. Oh yeah, it was like, what was it? Italian Heritage Month? I read that, and then, like, the person driving was just like, oh, shit, some pasta, some spaghetti would be really good right now. Again, we were trying to find somewhere to eat, so... I was like, Jesus Christ. When taking reference, there's no such thing as a boring shot. It's still pretty nice, though. Okay, good, good. Yeah, as long as you guys get, like, some sort of, like, ooh, that looked neat, or this is nice and relaxing out of it, I'm good. I'm cool with it. There's over the water. This wasn't the Atlantic Ocean. This was just like a huge river. Don't ask me what river. Never figured that out. There's just like some weird... This was like a bridge on the other side. And this is what the like... whatever they're called looked like. I'm like, that looks so weird. It's like a wishbone. Like when the bridge breaks, do you think like, who gets the wish, you know? More weird architecture over the bridge, bruh. There was also like a really big semi thing behind us that kept honking because we were going slow, but we were going the speed limit. Definitely not the people that was on it, that's for sure. Well, maybe, unless their wish was, I don't know, to have the bridge break. And all these boats with the little thingies sticking up. Look at them all. There's probably a fish out there. And then someone said I could go for some pineapple pizza right about it. Gross. At that point, we would have got jumped by the Italian mafia, no question. Oh yeah, I tried taking a picture of these, but we were going so fast and my camera wouldn't zoom in, like, and I was just like, click. So there's really cool lampposts on this freeway. That's what that was supposed to be. Oh, and this is like old green. This like gave me vibes of Homeward Bound, and I don't know why. I don't think they're ever on a bridge like that. I don't even know if they probably never go to the East Coast in Homeward Bound either. That's the sleeper agent phrase for Italians. No doubt, no doubt. Oh yeah, and then, okay, so as we got closer to Salem, my dorkiness really kicked it up a notch. Anything that had the word Salem on it, I took a picture of, because I'm like, hee, that's the name of my vampire man. So there's Salem 5 Bank. Wait, oh yeah, we're back at the beginning, so let's go to the next section. Oh yeah, and then we ate. This place was supposedly like really famous for like its sandwiches and shit. So we went in there. It was called like Kelly's Roast Beef Seafood and Sandwich, I think. I say Salem. He got banks. He is rich, so I mean, it's not surprising if he did own a bank. He doesn't, but he is rich, so it makes sense. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so we went in there, and like I really like seafood, and we were in Boston, you know, next to the sea. So I'm like, I'd be really remiss if I didn't try and get seafood somewhere. And so this was the dinner we were having our last night. This was the second night in Boston. So tomorrow we're going to be driving to Salem and staying in that hotel, which was, you know, less famous for its seafood. A little bit more famous for something that might have happened there in its history, you know. Maybe, sort of, probably. But anyway, I went in there, and I've never had a lobster roll sandwich or like a crab roll sandwich. So I was like, hey, and I went up to the guy running the counter, and I was like, hey, I've never had a lobster roll, crab roll. Can you explain to me like what it is? I want to make sure I can eat it. You know, there's nothing in there I'm allergic to, shit like that. And he was like, it comes with chips. And I was like, hold, let me rephrase. What ingredients are used to make the roll of the lobster roll? And he was like, it comes with chips and a soda. I'm like, I'm not bartering with you. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you mixed in the crab to make a crab roll. And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, okay. And so like I looked at the other cashier who was watching this go down, and I was like, do you know what's in a crab roll? And he's like, hold on. And he like opened up his like cashier computer, and he's like, hold on, I think the ingredients are listed on here. He's like, okay, so yeah, there's a crab in it. I'm like, okay, good to know. What do you mix with the crab? And he's like, probably some seasonings. I'm like, awesome, okay. What else is fucking in the crab roll? Because there's no way it's just raw crab on a piece of bread. And he's like, oh, mayonnaise. I was like, thank you. Okay. I didn't know what it was. I just wanted to know. Oh, God. Deposit me, Father. Holy shit. I mean, open cologne. Bloomer running around Salem, showing off printouts of Salem, so I should have, man. Turns out it's not made in house. That would have sucked. News update: crab roll contained crab. God, though, like I was almost frustrated. I'm like, what if somebody come in like, hey, I have this allergy. Is this in that food? Like, would they just guess? And then what if that kills somebody? Anyway, I don't have any real food allergies, but it's like I just wanted to know what was in it so I could understand what I'm about to eat. Because then it was like, oh, it's tobacco hot sauce or whatever the fuck, whatever kind of hot sauce. It's like that I can't eat it. I can't do spicy food, so I'm not gonna get it. You know what I mean? Like, damn, they didn't know what was in it. Tabasco, thank you. That thing. But yeah, then as a power play, once they gave me my food, I went and sat in front of their big fish tank that had a bunch of tropical fish in it, and I ate the crab in front of them. And it was really, really good. The seafood tasted really, really good. Makes sense. They're like 5 minutes from the ocean. So that was really cool to get to eat that. I do wish, because they served it on like a Texas toast kind of thing. That was greasy as shit. I don't know how they made bread that greasy, but they sure did. I ate it, and I enjoyed the chips and the pickle. But honestly, getting to watch the fish swim around in front of me was really neat too while I ate. It was nice. Was tobacco, listen. Was where the crab roll had tobacco and opium. And we sprinkled some crack cocaine on top just for you thrill seekers. Probably was a pair of new employees and didn't think anyone would ask. I mean, that's fair. Because, like, especially if, like, you're on the coast and everyone's eating seafood, like, literally every day, most people probably know what the fuck goes into a lobster roll or a crab roll. But my dumbass Minnesotan was just like, what the fuck's in y'all's fancy sandwiches here? You know? It wasn't like herbs and gerbs, where it's like, hey, can I get a bony Billy? And that's literally turkey, mayo, lettuce, tomato. Done. That's it. There's nothing fancy about it. Cool. Anyway, that was their dinner that night. I tried taking pictures of all the meals that were, like, neat. I did talk them into getting McDonald's for 1 or 2 meals just because it was easy and cheap, okay? Anyway. Alright, so now we're officially in Salem. That was our last meal in Boston. We are now in Salem. This was, like, a big arch in front of the visitor center. It was really neat. You see this, like, park in the back? Yeah. I guess this was just everyone accepted the fact that no one was gonna clean up the dog shit in that park. That specific grass pit area. It was just dog shit. It smelled like dog poo-poo. It was god-awful standing there. But we had to stand there because guess what? We were in line to get on a trolley tour of Salem. We're in Salem? I didn't Should be expected question in a tourist town, though. Hey, for real, for real. Casually eating their fish brother in front of them, right? It was a power play. Oh, that's Salem. Yeah, that's Salem. That's. Oh, so that was neat. I did like all the colors there. It was pretty. It was a nice day. It was really nice. Oh yeah, and this was like the first few seconds of the trolley tour. So cool. The announcer was basically just saying, hey, welcome to Salem. We'll be your guides on this historical little trolley ride. I hope you all enjoyed the day, kind of a thing. It was cute. Ew, right? Right. Salem's in me, that's true. Yeah, I'd like Salem to be in me, honestly. Oh, you had it right the first time. Some fencing. Whoops, I clicked the wrong button. This was the Salem Witch Museum. Was that way. This was not the Witch Museum. This was just a sign pointing to the big old church behind this. Put a pin in that. I want to talk about the Witch Museum later. I'm pretty sure I have other pictures of it. This was one of the streets. This was like a non-busy street. It was kind of cool. Okay, so the trolley guy was telling us like how here in Salem, Halloween's kind of a big deal. Big surprise, right? But he's like, yeah, so we kind of start celebrating in September. because in October, that's when all the tourists come and the city gets really fucking crazy. So we kind of start doing our little own celebrations in September. I'm like, that's kind of cool. And he's like, yeah. And as we get closer to Halloween, like more and more tourists come, right? So the closest we are to Halloween, the more and more streets they start closing off to accommodate for these crowds of tourists that are going to be walking around. He's like, yeah, probably next week, this street here that we went down, where there's still cars going down, next week, he said it'll probably be closed because at that point the crowds are going to be so massive, they're going to be going down these streets. There isn't going to be room for cars, at least not safely. So I thought that was really cool. How it's like the closer to Halloween, like the more and more it becomes of like a walking town, you know? Salem and me, let's go. Oh yeah, and the trolley eventually took us down to, this was the Atlantic Ocean that was in this bay here. So we got to see that. More of like the bay for the Atlantic Ocean. More. Oh yeah, and then they had, okay. And then they had this reconstruct. This was, I think, still the original loft for like the harbor in Salem. And then they had this reconstructed, like, what did they say, 1700s boat. This would bring in like spices and pepper and like stuff like that. Because he said back in that time, Salem was like the largest city in the United States. And that this thing would bring in like millions of dollars worth of shit. Like people in Salem were rich. Oh, it was so cool. Oh, that's the beginning of that one again. Bigger version of the boat. Yay! I like history. Yeah. He didn't talk much about the boat. He basically just said, yeah, it was reconstructed from one of the early like freight boats that would bring in the spices and stuff. And here's just some more streets in Salem. These houses are so cute. Oh my god. And there's a shot straight into the water. I don't think I took pictures of it. If I did, oops. But I'll tell you the story now. When we drove by, they had a couple beaches in Salem. One was called the Waikiki Beach. And he's like, and here's the story for the Waikiki Beach. So, there was a one, like, Navy captain that got stationed in Salem after being stationed in Hawaii for, like, a really long time. When he got moved to Salem, he hated it here because it got really cold in Salem. And he really liked Hawaii, where it was always warm, it seemed. So, at one point, he was complaining to everybody, saying, like, you know, at some point, I wish they'd just send me back to Hawaii. And one of the guys was like, huh, we'll head down to that beach and pretend it's Waikiki or something. Whatever you call it. And he's like, all right, bet. And he went down there and he put in a sign that said Waikiki Beach. And that was the first Waikiki beach in America. Because the one in Hawaii didn't get founded until like years later. So that's a fun fact. The original Waikiki beach is actually in Salem, Massachusetts, not Hawaii. And there's a lighthouse. There was 3 lighthouses in Salem. And they were all really tiny. Because, again, Salem's a really old city. And we don't really need lighthouses anymore, so like they didn't ever tear down these baby ones and put on really big ones. The other beach that we went and saw, I don't think I took pictures, but if I did, oops. It was called Dead Horse Beach, and that was like during one of the wars. I forget which war it was. Revolutionary, Civil, I don't remember. But like they would ride their horses into battle, right? Or like the horses would get sick, whatever happened, and they would die. And there was getting to be a lot of dead horses. So they took them all down and they would bury them at this beach because it was easier to dig up the sand than to dig up the cold, hard ground. So they would bury these horses in the sand. Well, at one point, high tide came in. And it was higher than usual. And all these horses bloated and floated to the surface. And then there was just like icky, rotting, decaying horses all along this beach. And they called it Dead Horse Beach. And then they brought all those dead, icky, bloated horse corpses into a pile and they burned them. So now, like, it's part of their Halloween celebration where, like, they'll just take all the garbage and shit. Oh no, he said for Christmas. They do this for their Christmas celebration. Everyone would take out their old dead Christmas trees, go down to Dead Horse Beach and burn them. And it's like a little end of the season bonfire that the neighborhood has. I'm like, that's super cool. I thought that was neat. Willow Park, because willow trees aren't native, so like, and when there was the tuberculosis scare in Salem, England sent over a whole bunch of willow trees because they said, hey, our tuberculosis patients say that these willow trees make it easier to breathe, so we'll send you over some. A lot of these aren't the original ones. There are like one or two that were like in the back that are still from the original hundreds of years ago, from when England sent us a willow tree. So I thought that was super cool too. More ocean. Oh, and this is how close some of the houses were built together. Like that's like a 2 foot narrow alleyway. Sam history is like fucking FromSoft game lore. Oh my god. Right? I fucking love learning about the history and stuff. I'm just, because of my sheep brain, I get really sad sometimes because it's like, he'll say it, but I won't retain it. Like, it doesn't stick. But, like, because it's like a tour, you can't just be like, hey, can you say that again? Like, you know, because we've driven past the thingy that he was talking about. It makes me really upset because I really, really like learning about history and stuff. Oh, okay. So this was like a 2 foot alleyway. And he was talking about how, like, back in the day, before electricity and stuff, this was how you would keep each other warm. Like, you would make a fire in your house, and it was so close that, like, the heat would kind of transfer between buildings. So you both wouldn't have to have your fire going 100% of the time at 100 output, right? You could just, your neighbor and you could just kind of rotate who was having the fire. It was cheaper, and it kept everybody a lot warmer. And that's why the houses got built so close together like that. Because in the winter, it got really cold. Oh no, Blooma geeking out about a gap now. Listen! Looks easy enough to get stuck inside there for years. Facts. Like, I didn't take a picture of it, but like straight on, like, and like, because all the houses are very much like that copy-paste kind of energy, that the windows are like built at the same level for everybody. So like only one of you, if like that's the window you want to put your air conditioner in, you would have to be putting it in there first. Because there was not enough room for you both to have your air conditioner at the same window at the same time. There was just literally not enough room. Like, that guy's air conditioner was out, and it was almost touching his neighbor's house. It was crazy. And there's some more pretty houses. I know Bloom would get stuck in there with that thickness. It's true. I would not be able to get through that alleyway. No, no chance. Some more houses. This one had its story too, but I don't remember. God damn this sheep brain. There was some weird history thing with this one too. Oh, and here's our first look at the Witch Museum. It was this really big, cool looking church. The aesthetics so on point. Anyway, so this church was built a couple 100 years ago, right? And after it was done being used as a church or whatever, somebody bought it and they made it into a car museum for old automobiles. It burnt down, so they rebuilt it or whatever. Oh, yeah, as a church it burnt down too. They rebuilt it, made it the car museum because somebody else bought it. Burnt down, and they made it into the Witch Museum. And it's been the Witch Museum since, what did he say? Like, I think it was like 110 years now. It's been a Witch Museum instead, something like that. Anyway. So it's like, it kept burning down when it wasn't a Witch Museum. It's like the town was trying to tell the people something, right? I'm like, ooh, that's some spooky lore. I love that. Oh, that's the beginning of that slideshow again. Oh, okay. And then because Salem was known for its witches, right? There's so many Wiccan, pagan, vampire shops there. Oh my god, Blooma was eating good and spending all her money. It looks more like a fortress. It really did, didn't it? Imagine buying Stormvale to show off vintage Corvettes. That's exactly what someone did. Oh my god. Anyway, sorry. This was one of the shops that I went into. It was called Wolf Moon. And, like, it was so weird how, like, all my favorite spots in Salem had the word wolf in it somehow, or wolf adjacent. I was like, what are you trying to tell me here? What you trying to say? Wolf Moon was a really cool little pagan shop. I loved it. Oh my god. Let's go. Blooma broke. Yeah, Blooma kind of broke now. Won't lie. It was really nice. And there I got like an incense burner and like a candle holder for my altar. Oh, it was so nice in there. And they were so nice. Because like, I feel kind of like, because I didn't wear, I would consider like good outfits, right? I didn't wear my pagan, I didn't wear my gothic stuff every day because I wanted to be comfy for a lot of this traveling. So like when I went in there, I was like, oh man, I'm not looking my cutest today, you know, it's whatever. But they were still so nice, because I feel like sometimes I'll go into a shop and like, you know, my sweatshirt and shorts and whatever, and they'll be like, you're too poor to be here. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? Let me just grab my incense for Lucifer and be on my way. Like, good lord. But in here, they were all so nice. They were so nice. I don't know, I just had to say that. Mama had Blythe living rent-free in her mind. I kind of did. I kept thinking about that. No lie. Him and Lycon. Oh. Omegaverse. Listen. Anyway, very cool. Very cute little shop. Would recommend if you're somehow ever in Salem. Check them out. They also had some cute earrings, too. Along with the pagan stuff. And then I went to the mall. It was the Witch City Mall. Oh, it was so nice. Oh my god. Okay, and this was like their main street. So this is how busy it was when we were there. They are saying, like, next weekend, it'll be twice as this. And then Halloween week, you won't be able to see the ground. It'll be that many people. Which, Salem? Salem. Which, I'm dumb. Anyway. Oh, okay. And of course, on the streets, they had, like, these, like, what would you call them? Not scare actors, but, like, just costume actors, I guess. This was like what I got a picture of, but like, because people were literally constantly walking in front of him to like, here's a tip, can you do this, can we do that, can I get a rose, like, because he had a bouquet of black roses too. I think I have a picture of it in here somewhere. Living statues, not quite, because like then they were all very much like acting. Like there was a Pennywise, like this was the Plague Doctor, there was a Pennywise, there was like somebody fursuiting, but like as like a sorcerer, kind of like a sorceress thing. I was so hard to explain. I wanted a picture with them so bad, but like the kids were constantly around them. I'm like, I don't want to be that guy and like push a kid out of the way to ask for a picture. But this was like the only picture I've got of any of the actors there, I guess. He was super cool. He was being super nice. Oh yeah, and he's a bouquet of like black roses that he would give to the ladies. I think they paid him, but like, you know what I mean? It was still really cool. Push a child. I should have. There was another one of these guys. I didn't get a picture, of course. But like, he had one of those costumes on that would like, it looked like he was holding like his head in a candy bucket, kind of. Like he had one hand had his head, and the other hand had a candy bucket. So one of the guys I was with was like, oh, sick, free candy. I'm like, I don't think that's free candy. And he walked up to it, and the guy in the suit was like, yo! Like, spooked him. And he's like, Jesus fucking Christ. He almost fell down. It was so funny. He's like, you got me. You got me. He's like, yeah, you shouldn't take candy like that just randomly. He's like, shut up. It was funny, though. It's funny to get him scared. Oh, there was this, we didn't go in there. I asked him, because, like, I was walking around with one of the guys. I was like, hey, let's go in there. And he's like, no. I'm like, why not? And he's like, you can take a picture of the dragon, but we're not going in there. I was like, ugh, y'all are lame. Anyway. Oh, we did go in here, though. Count Orlok's Nightmare Gallery Monster Museum. Guys. When I tell you, I felt like a celebrity in there. Because we went in there, I went in with, like, the friends that I was with, right? They didn't let me take pictures or video or anything like that. But, like, I went in there, and guys, I knew more fun facts than the fucking plaque in front of Nosferatu. I was educating the staff on Nosferatu. I was the coolest bitch in there. I was that guy. Oh, it was so cool. Because they were like, anybody know the actor's name? I was like, it's Shrek. And they're like, oh, yeah, that is. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, anybody know Nosferatu's name in the movie? I'm like, Count Orlok. And they're like, oh, shit, yeah. I was the walking tour guide this time. I kind of was. Like, all the vampire stuff, I was like, and this and that, and this and that, and this and this, and this and that, and this and that. Especially at the Nosferatu. I was at the Nosferatu one for like 10 minutes. Like, just talking about it. And then I'm like, we went to the Wolfman. I'm like, all right, I got nothing here. Take over. Like, you're all on your own. I don't know nothing about this one. Wish you could have been there to see that, right? I know. I felt really cool. Did I charge the staff $20 for listening? I should have been like, all right, can you tip me? Like, that meme where they're like, Wasn't that good? Will you be tipping today? But it was super cool. There was a few others. I mean, there was a few other vampires in there. I didn't know as much about the rest, but like they were still like, yeah, and this and that, and this and this fun fact actually isn't on your plaque, but this and this and this and that. And then we went. Oh yeah, there was so much cool stuff in there. And then in the very back, they were like, oh, and then we have this public domain movie playing. And I'm like, oh, this is Haunting on House Hill with Vincent Price. And they're like, yeah, how the fuck did you know that? I was like, oh, sorry, this rope scene is just like really, really stands out to me about the movie. It was the scene where like the girl was in the window and she like falls out and she sees like his dead wife outside the window pulling on the rope, and then she runs out of her room and the wife is hanging there. Like that scene playing, I was like, oh, I know what movie this is. It has Vincent Price in it. He's like one of my favorite actors. And they're like, Jesus Christ, this girl. Handing out trivia with the sign that says tips accepted. I should have. Love that movie. We even watched it for one of our movie nights here. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. And there was a few, and there was like kind of presented in a wax statue kind of museum energy. So there was a few Vincent Prices in there. I'm like, oh my god, that's him. That's him. I saw that movie. I like this movie. That was cool. Oh, super cool. It was so fun. And then we got into the room that had the American Werewolf in it. I was like, all right, I know nothing. I've never even seen this movie. And the guy I was with was just like, my turn to shine. I don't know any fun facts. I was like, why did you say your time to shine? He's like, because I've seen this movie. American Werewolf in London? Yeah, that one. I've never seen that one. This bitch and her vampire trivia. Such a good movie. I've heard. I plan on watching it eventually. Just, you know, more interested in the vampire things. It's good? That's good. Oh, this is some of the nighttime street lights. Very cute. Very cute. Oh my god. Okay. And this was our first night in Salem. And they let me pick where we're gonna go eat. Guys, if I could eat at this restaurant every night, I would. I'm sorry, lost my coach. It's okay. But yeah, the Dire Wolf Tavern. If you ever go to Salem, go eat there. Their shit is so good. Oh my god. Oops, that was the end of that one. Hold on, I have a picture of their food somewhere, right? Alright. Here's some of the aesthetics, right? The wallpaper looked like this. The chandelier. Oh my god. And then my food. Oh! I'm dead. I went to heaven. Oh my god, it's so good. Dire Wolf Tavern specialized in sushi and cocktails. Holy fuck. The Dire Wolf roll and a Blood Moon cocktail. I was in heaven. Like, I was losing my mind. That shit tasted divine. It looked divine. The waitress was like, I'll get you another cocktail every time I ran out. And I got a little blitzed. And it was a good fucking night. Oh lord, I'm about to bust. Exactly. It was so good. It was so good. I can't stress enough how much I love that place. If I ever go back to Salem, I'm eating there again. No question. Try and go on a Tuesday, like we did. So the rolls are buy one, get one half off. It was Sushi Tuesday. It was a good fucking night. Good fucking night. That was my favorite place we ate at the whole trip, was the Dire Wolf Tavern. Everything about it was the aesthetics, the name, the food, the staff. Oh my god. The only thing bad about it was the table next to us were being such little shits. Like, it was like 2 women and 2 men. And like, the women were telling stories about like how the teachers were being... One of them, I guess, was mostly doing most of the talking. And she was saying how like the teachers were racist to their kid because their kid like got in a fight with somebody and the teacher's like, you shouldn't fight. And she took that as being racist towards her daughter because she was African American. And I'm just like, I don't think that was racist, but you know what? I'm just gonna not pay attention. And every time the waitress came over, they would complain about something. Like, she served her food, and the girl was like, "Can I get mustard?" And the waitress was like, "Oh, sorry, yeah, I didn't even think to ask if you wanted mustard for this." It was like, I don't even know what she got. I didn't want to look over and draw attention, but from the way the waitress was like, "Oh, you wanted mustard?" It was definitely something that doesn't get eaten with mustard usually. She's like, "I'll go ask and see if we have any." And she came back, she's like, "Sorry, we don't have any mustard right now. Would honey mustard be okay?" And she's like, "I didn't fucking ask for honey mustard, did I?" And the waitress was like, "No, I was just trying to, because we're out of mustard, so I thought the next closest thing was honey mustard." And she's like, "Oh my god, I wanted mustard. Can you go get some mustard?" And the waitress was like, "We don't have any. I just went back and asked the kitchen." And then she was like, oh my god, how am I supposed to eat this without my mustard?" And the waitress was like, I'm sorry, could I still bring you the honey mustard and maybe it'll be okay, you know, to give you something? She's like, "I guess we're gonna have to." And like, so the waitress ran off, came back with that. And then she was just like, "You know, I asked for this without any tomatoes or something." And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't write that down. I didn't hear that part. I'm so sorry. Do you need me to get you a new one?" She's like, "No, it's fine." And then the waitress like went away. I was like, Jesus Christ. Jesus. Like, they were being so much trouble for no reason. And like, when the waitress was there, she's like, "All right," like when they were wrapping up or whatever, she's like, "Okay, and you guys want is everyone separate, together? How are we doing this?" And they were like, "Together." And then so the waitress came back with a ticket, and then the lady again was like, "Well, I didn't say together. I wanted separate." And the waitress was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's just the other person at the table said all together." And she's like, "Well, I didn't say that, did I? Make mine separate." And so she came back with 4 separate tickets for all of them. They paid and left. And then that poor waitress was also our waitress. So we were like, "I'm so sorry." And she's like, thanks for your support. They were being really a lot." And I'm like, "Yeah, you were doing great though. Don't worry about them." But yeah, it was like, they were like actually trying to be Karens, like actively. It was crazy. This person, when they don't have mustard for their sushi, racism. Yeah, basically, that was her energy. And thankfully they weren't there the whole time we were eating, because they had such bad vibes. But anyway, everything else about this restaurant, so cool. Loved it. And this was one of the desserts they came and brought over for one of the guys I was with. They brought him like a apple crumble, whatever the fuck. Apple crisp, I think it's called. I just ate the ice cream. Because he was like, you wanna help me eat this? I was like, "Yeah, give me it." I ate the ice cream. He's like, "You little bitch. Eat some of the apple crisp with it." I'm like, "No, I just wanted the ice cream. Thank you." More streets at night here in Salem. Oh, so pretty. Oh, and this was another cafe. I didn't get to go into this one, sadly. RIP. But this was another one I heard a lot of good things about. The Gulu Gulu Cafe. They have really good sandwiches. Bro, eat the crisp. No, I will not. I refuse. And here we go, the Bewitched statue. That's the big thing. That was like in the middle of like the downtown Salem. That was the attraction. Yummy. Yeah. Got a few shots of that. Just an empty brick street at night. Does my heart good. I love it. Oh, we're back to the beginning again. More. The visitor center at night. At night. Random street shots at night. Ooh, and some of the lighting on some of these houses, bro. Oh, they know what they're doing there, bro. So elegant. A little shop. I really like the big orange bow on this witch hat. And that's, a lot of people were wearing witch hats. I was like, this isn't offensive anymore, is it? Halloween lighting, oh my lord, right? That was just their Tuesday night lighting. Like, for real, for real. Oh, okay, and this was called the Witch's Garden. We couldn't go into it at night, but I really liked all the lights. It really looked really magical and sparkly, so I still took pictures. But, like, the building that was to the left here was, like, a psychic reading house, where it's like you would go in there, pay money to sit with a witch, and then you go out to the tea garden and have tea with the witch as they did their readings on you and stuff. I didn't do any of that, mostly because I do my own readings, bitch. This ain't my first rodeo. But yeah, it still looked really nice, but sadly didn't get to go back into the garden because that was a paid experience, like everything else here. Oh, okay, and here's the Witch Museum from the front at night. Like, are you serious? Look what they're doing. Look at that. My brother in Christ, look at that shit. And this was in the park right next to the Witch Museum. My favorite color is orange, so yeah, I took a picture of this just because everything was orange. Oh, and this was like one of the houses that was decorated up all nice. That's some cinematic finale lighting. Yeah, yeah. Hints, I get you, I get you. But yeah. And again, because this is Salem, a lot of the residents go hard for Halloween. Like, they have these big old houses and they're like, damn, theme this year? Spiders. Like, there's some other ones. I didn't get pictures of all of them because I don't know. I'm sure it was fine. Like, that's why they're out. But it did feel weird to, like, go up to someone's house and take pictures of it, you know? But anyway, I took a picture of this one because it was at night and, like, I don't know. I was also a little blitzed. This was the night that we got done drinking all those cocktails and sushi, so I was still feeling it a little buzz. I was like, I'll take a picture of these spiders. And this was inside the Salem Hawthorne Hotel, the oldest hotel that is still functioning in the United States to this day. Also, again, every time something says, like, Salem on it, I took a picture. I'm like, hee hee, they're repping my merch for me. Pretty, yeah, it was pretty. So, yeah. Oh, that's the beginning of that one again. Alright, daytime, day 2 in Salem. I see Salem. Exactly, bro. Me every time. I was like, oh, I see Salem. These are more streets. This was streets. A witch. Just a witch statue. Luma going through this whole town like, it's free real estate. Exactly. It's free reference photos. Another picture of that witch, I guess. Oh, and then the cemetery. I forget what the name of the cemetery was. Like, literally whatever. There was like 3 cemeteries, and there's 3 major streets in Salem. Derby, Essex, and Main Street. So, and the 3 cemeteries were like the Main Street Cemetery, the Derby Cemetery, the Essex Street Cemetery. Like, they were... So, I just don't know what street we're on, so I don't know which one this is. But that was how they named all their cemeteries. Notice how she doesn't visit St. John on this trip. It's true. That's on me. To be fair, though, to St. John, I didn't know it fucking existed until we were on the plane. And by the way, plane tickets that we got for this trip, I bought them last year in October. Like, October of 2023 is when we started planning this trip to get to go there. Because everything else is booked. Like, that Witch Museum, we didn't even get to go in it the first night. I went in it the second day here. Like, that's why all these pictures in the daytime. We got up early and went to the Witch Museum. Because they don't... The attractions and the restaurants don't take reservations any sooner than 24 hours before in October. So that Witch Museum, when we got there that first day, we went up to it at like 1 in the afternoon, and they were like, yeah, our tickets are sold out for the day. Try and get it in tomorrow. And I'm like, how do you get it in tomorrow? It's like, it doesn't take reservations. She's like, oh no, we do, just not more than 24 hours out. So I was like, you're fucking kidding. So that night, to get into the Witch Museum on day 2, on night 1, after we got back from the Direwolf Tavern, I stayed up until midnight. You know, when it clicked over to the next day, went on their website, bought us tickets, and like, I don't know exactly how many seats there were. Let's say there were 100, right? 100 or whatever. I refreshed the page after I'd bought our tickets, and they were already half sold out for the entire day. Like, every hour there was a tour group that went through the Witch Museum. 50% of it was gone in 2 minutes. Like, that's how quick this shit sells out. And they're like, yeah, we do this for crowd control, because the closer to October we get, the more people that are coming in. Like, and non-October, like, if you come in the summer, it's not a big deal. We'll just, because the tour groups are never huge. But in October, we do that so, like, the night before you have to register when you're gonna be here, so that way we know we have the accommodations for everybody. I was like, holy shit. To think that like, I know it's a tourist town, but like, I've never been in a tourist town like this, right? Where it's like, they have to do methods like this for crowd control. Holy shit. there was at least 50 other people doing the same thing. Exactly. Exactly. And that was just for like 1 hour. Like, and then when we got there, so I got tickets for the very first show of the day in the Witch Museum, the tour, whatever you want to call it. It was more like a show. Anyway, I got tickets for the very first one of the day. When we got there, we got registered. We got our physical tickets, right? After I showed them the QR code. A lot of QR codes, by the way. They love their QR codes there. I showed them the QR code. We got our tickets, whatever, right? A lady behind me in line's like, oh, we didn't buy tickets. Can we get some for like a later show or something? And the lady working the front was like, sorry, we're sold out for the day. I was like, it's 10 a.m. You're sold out for the day? Holy shit. It's Tuesday. You know, or I guess it was Wednesday at that point. But I was like, it's fucking Wednesday. It was, I don't know. It was mind-boggling to me. Better or worse than the raffle systems? Man. I might have to say better, because at least if you stay up and you buy a ticket, you get in, right? You get in. At least it's in the raffle systems. There's still a chance you don't get it. I mean, it makes sense. Salem's a small town, and the variety of a big city. It's true. It's true. Salem is no longer the biggest city. Salem at one point, it was like 100 or 200 years ago. Salem was the biggest city in the United States. Now it's like the 6th biggest in that county. Like, was what he was saying. Oh my god. Anyway. More of the cemetery. Oh, by the way, yeah. The cemetery was also paid admittance if you wanted to go looking around the historical cemetery. That one too. Our tickets are sold out for the day. Try again in a few hours for like the night shows. I'm like, fuck it. I'll just take pictures from the outside. And that's what I did. Oh, but this was at least free of charge, and you can go walk in and out as much as you like, was the Witch Trial Memorial. That was one of the big ones that I really, really wanted to like go look at. So there was 20 people killed in the witch trials in the 1692. Was it 14 female, 6 male, 19 hanged, 1 crushed to death. And each one of these placards on the stone here around, it like was a big shoe, like horseshoe shape. So each one of these had a name, how they died, the year, their birth year, their death. Crushed? Yes, not everyone got hung or burned in the witch trials. 19 hung, 1 crushed in Salem itself in 1692. The one who was crushed was Jacob Giles, a man. So the hangings, right? They threw him in jail and they're like, just confess to your crimes if you did or didn't, you know, whatever. But for Jacob, he was a man that was built different. Like for him, he was a very notable man in the community. Everyone knew him to do no wrong. And he knew that if he spoke guilty or not guilty, either, no matter what he did, he was like damning his whole bloodline, right? Because I forget exactly what the rules were, but it was like, if you get persecuted as a witch, you are no longer fit to hold a title, hold land in Massachusetts at that time. And he said, so if he pleaded guilty, he would not be able to give his land to his son. And he didn't want to do that to him or any of his line of descendants. So he was just, in trial, he was completely silent. He didn't say guilty or non-guilty like everyone else did. And so they're like, well, we'll make you talk then. So they had this torture method they would use where they would strap him down to like a picnic table, and then on top of him put another plaque of wood and strap that to him. They would start by putting boulders on that wood that was on top of him, so it would slowly crush down and put more and more weight on him. And as they would put more boulders, they'd be like, Jacob, do you confess? Are you a witch? And he would just say, more weight, more weight. So they kept putting more and more rocks until finally his bones gave out and he was crushed to death. So yeah, not everyone got hung. That one guy got crushed. That just feels like such a fuck you in particular movement, right? What was it? One of the other ways they would do it, if someone would plead not guilty, they would have them, if someone would plead not guilty, they would have them pee in a cup and then use that to make a cake instead of using water or whatever, like in the flour. And if someone ate that cake and could taste the pee, then you were a witch. And if they didn't taste it, you were still in jail because they needed to test you a different way. That was one of the other methods we learned about, that they would try and figure it out. What a legend, right? My guy. My man. I think I have a picture in here. Oh no, this is just a cool shot. Oh, let's see what else. Did I take a picture of just him alone? I did. John Proctor. This was the one I remember learning about in school. He was another one that was like, what is it? He was the first one to call bullshit on the whole witch trial thing. He was a guy that was very like, stood on his principles, stood on business. Like, John Proctor, when one of his, like, what is it? I don't think it was his daughter. I think one of his daughter's friends was starting to say, like, I've been possessed by witches and I know who the witches are. He's like, that's bullshit. You're just saying this to try and get attention. And the girl's like, no, I'm not. He, like, took her, bent her over his knee, spanked her, and then she was cured from her witchcraft hysteria. And, like, the priest was like, did you really just spank the devil out of that girl? He's like, no, I spanked a little girl pretending there was a devil in her. There's a difference. Like, that was what he was. So at that point, the leader of the girls in Salem, the little girl, I forget her name. I don't know if it was Abigail or if it was Sarah. Anyway, there was like a little girl who was kind of being the ringleader for all the little girls in Salem. And she was the one making them all do this and say like, hey, help me point fingers and say that she's a witch. We'll get her out of town. You know, that kind of energy. So when John was like, you girls are just pretending. There's no such thing as witchcraft. There's no such thing as the devil possessing you. You're just doing this for attention. You don't realize what you're doing. You're hurting and killing people. So then she was like, I can't have this dude spreading that kind of logic. So then she and all of her friends pointed fingers at John Proctor and his wife. And John Proctor's like, you little shits are telling lies. I know I'm going to heaven, but you sure as fuck won't. So then he went to trial with his pregnant wife. And he's like, my wife's pregnant. Can we put off her trial? I'm worried about her baby. And he convinced the priest and the judge to be like, okay, yeah, I guess that baby isn't possessed. It's just your wife that's a witch. And he's like, well, technically neither of us are witches, but whatever. So then John Proctor got put in jail with his pregnant wife. She went into labor. She had the kid. She never got killed. Because by the time she delivered her baby, the witchcraft thing was over. But even then, like, John was like, they were like, all right. And even people in the town were like trying to sign a petition to get him out of jail because they knew he wasn't a witch. And after hearing his point of view, a lot of people were like, I think this witchcraft thing is not real. I think John's right and I think we should stop. Like, so like 22 people in the town got together and tried to get him out of jail with a petition. The judge didn't hear it, still siding with the screaming little girls who kept calling him a witch. And so John, he was given a paper and he's like, if you sign this saying that you are a witch, we'll let you go live with your wife and your kids. And he was like, but I'm not. I don't lie. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you guys, you don't understand how stupid you're all being. This is crazy. And so he got hung and he died. He wasn't the last one to die, but he was like the one that kind of slowed down the witch trial things. Super interesting. I love this story. The plot of the Crucible, or am I getting twisted? I don't know. Abigail's sister, I think. Yeah, I know, because, like, there was a lot of names, and again, sheep brain. I wish I could have retained this better. But, like, the very first girl was, like, the daughter of somebody who had just lost her sister and her children. And so she was, like, very frustrated. And she was listening to Tachabas? I forget how to say her name good. But Tachabas was the servant of the judge. She was black, and she was telling her about some of the, like, voodoo stuff that her grandparents would do in Africa and stuff. And so that was kind of the start of, like, the witchcraft ideas. Oh, we may have made a fucky wucky. Yeah, exactly. So what happened to the girls? I forgot. The girls, once the witch trial craziness died down, a lot of them just, not all of them, but a lot of them did confess that they were never possessed, that they just were frustrated. Because, like, a lot of it was, like, they're 12-year-olds who were being forced to act like adults. They didn't get to be kids. So a lot of it came from that they were just doing this to, like, lash out at society and the way they were being treated. One, the ringleader of it did take it to heart, and she sat before the trial and asked them to punish her so that she may be forgiven before God and all those she had killed or sentenced to death with her words. Yeah, the Crucible's about the trials. Just looked it up. Alright, nice. I wasn't sure about the Crucible. I just got back from Salem. I just know about the witch trials. But yeah, so as far as I know, the girls were never like punished. One of them did get asked to get punished, but I'm not even sure what they did to her to punish her. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if any of them got locked up. I think they just all got kind of like, ooh, yikes, dude. I just woke up out of KT. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know about the Crucible. I just know about the witch trials that I just learned about. Anyway, here's some more fencing. Oh my god. And okay, there's this little side street that had all these really, really cool vampire shops, vampire fangs. I got some perfume there and some posters. So cute. I didn't go in the Hex one. Oh, but this was in vampire fangs. They had this little boutique center because they had a bunch of gothic clothes and trying on, and that was their logo with the V. And oh my god, sweet, right? You're good. I'm just teasing. That's okay. We good. Anyway, in Velvet Vein, oh my god, another gothic boutique, bro. So good. Oh, we found a vintage game store. They had this Sega game, Vampire Master of Darkness. Game Gear. It's a cunty chair. Okay, I had to make sure I was reading that right. That chair was serving cunt. So that was neat. They also had this game for the PS1 that I remember playing a whole bunch as a kid, Marble Master. It was just like a really cute little store. She had like Xbox, like the original Xbox. There you had some PS2s in the counter, some Segas and Atari over here. Oh, and this Sonic thing going off. Oh, so cool. Oh, that was it for that batch. Okay. Boom. They had this Pikachu at 64, which I remember playing on at my cousin's house, and I'm like, eh! But did they have Crash Bash? I did not see Crash Bash, unfortunately. L Store. 0 out of 10. They had this. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for the PS1. That was neat. They had... This was like their Pokemon vintage area. Again, with the Pokemon... I think this was like the Pokemon Snap thing, where you could talk to Pikachu and whatever. Bunch of that. The SpongeBob Game Boy Advance was pretty neat to see. I was losing my shit at this Pokédex. I wanted one, when I was a small lamb, I wanted one of those so bad, and I never got one. Because my parents were like, it's such a useless piece of junk. Why would you need it? A piece of plastic that tells you fake stats about fake monsters. I'm like, what? Is that a JoJo? It was a JoJo reference. Yeah, Heart Gold was really cool to see. That's one I always wanted to try and play. I never got to play Heart Gold. Mostly because I think it's super, super cool. It's one of my favorite, like, gaming cliches. When, like, the protagonist from the first game shows up in the second game as, like, a villain or, like, a challenge. He doesn't even have to be a villain. Just, like, he's just there. And he's just, like, a lot cooler than he was in the first game. I don't know. So just the fact that you fight Red at the end of that game was so cool to me. Maybe at one point we'll have to play some Pokemon games on stream. On my very legit Game Boy Color that I have, you know? Hey, you, Pikachu! Yeah! Yeah, the one with the microphone on it and shit. Oh, here's a better view. Yeah, they had Heart Gold, Yellow... I don't know what that is. A gold Game Boy Advance. Oh my god. So cool. I'm so down for that. Oh my god, right? Yeah, the red battle is still so cool. Right? Right? Because I saw one other VTuber that I was watching a lot. Like, that was like her channel. Like, she was playing through all the Pokemon, like, in order. She started with Pokemon Red, and then I think she started Crystal? Question mark? But, yeah, I think she's already graduated now, so I'm like, oh, I'm sad it didn't work out. I really liked her. Her model is super cute too. I have a speed paint of it on YouTube there. I did a speed paint of her. Nebu. I loved her. I miss her. The witch house. Hey! This is, fun fact, no witches ever lived in this house. It was just the hanging judge that lived in there. Something Hawthorne, I forget his first name. But he was the judge that sentenced all the witches, or like a lot of witches to death. Even after the end of all the witch hysteria, a lot of the other judges were, like, remorseful, right? They were like, I'm so sorry. I let my mind get away from me. I wasn't thinking, da 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 da. He was the only judge that was like, nah, fuck them. Those were definitely witches. They were definitely possessed by the devil. You cannot convince me otherwise. I hope more women die. So, he was way worse than any witches, and so that's why they called his place the witch house. Which witch house? Yeah, this one. Which way, what? It was sandwich, the sandwich witch. Anyway, you can go in, but again, their tickets sold out within minutes. I did not get to go inside. So yeah, I just took some pictures from the outside. This was just a cool building I saw on one of the streets. It was neat. Oh, we're back. That was just a candy store. More streets! These were the ones I walked down near the wharf in the water. So, yeah, nothing crazy. Just some, like, house references for me. Some street references. Once we got down to the water, we came into a little gothic boutique that was called the Coven. And this was their display they had in the back. I thought it was really cute. And this was some of the stuff they had. Check the Corpse Bride. I didn't get anything there because it was a boutique and it was super expensive. But it was super cool. Is that a Hocus Pocus reference? It was. Oh, there it is. The Coven. A dark boutique. Yeah. So, I mean, everything in there, super fancy. And I'm not saying that they were too expensive for what they had. They were too expensive for a Bluma who had been spending so much money already. Oh, okay. And then the next night, the second night in Salem, we went to a place called the Howling Wolf. And they had this drink. Strawberry limeade vodka in an IV bag. So you would put your glass under here with this, like, the tube, and it would fill up your glass. There was only a glass in here, but the presentation, my guy. Oh, it was so cool. I loved that drink. Not as good as the cocktails at the other place, but so cool. The experience was 10 out of 10. That's such a cool way to do that drink, right? Yeah. And like on here it was like wolf blood infusions. Warning, this is highly addictive substance for vampires. A+. And there was just like a bunch of really cute little warnings on it. Did I even put the... I did put the label. Okay. Yeah, blood type A+. The Howling Wolf Tangeria. It was a Hispanic food joint. So like I don't really like Mexican food, Hispanic food, spicy food. But this was good. Wolf blood infusion. This product is highly addictive for vampires. I fucking love that so much. Not as good as an actual blood bag, but yeah, it's cool. Cool? Yeah. I loved it. Well, back at the beginning of that one. Oh yeah, and this was the food I got there. I did take a few bites because I was fucking starving before I took a picture. But yeah, like it was good. Just, I don't know, Bloom was not a fan of Spanish food. I got a grilled chicken enchilada with pinto beans and fried rice. I'm an O negative girly myself. Yeah, so that was alright. I tried, the moon was really big and pretty. Of course, it never fucking shows up on your camera phone. I'm never gonna learn. I will never learn this lesson. But there it is. Super cute. Oh, in the graveyard at night. Again, not allowed in. But I still took pictures. And this was this was called the Witch Village. It was just a whole bunch of little I think there was like a haunted house. There was a wax museum. This was a cafe. This was Wiccan candles and stuff. This was Wiccan incense. Other Wiccan stuff that you could get. Super cool though. Only the straw had a heart on it. Aw, you're right. I wonder if different blood types taste differently. I think mosquitoes prefer certain blood types over the others. I think they do. To me, they taste different anyway. Remind me to stay away from mosquitoes. Oh yeah, and then we did a candlelit tour. So we all got to pay. And this was another one where I waited up till midnight, bought the tickets, and then that day got to go on the tour. There was my candle that they gave me. Whoops. Where did it go? This was my candle that they gave me. This tour pissed me off. Okay, one, the girl that was guiding the tour, she had the energy of someone who was 13 days into her 2-week notice. Like, she was not there. And, like, this was... in relation to the other tours, this one was cheap. This one was $20 a person. And for 20 bucks, I expected so much more. Also, the fact that, like, the first night we tried to do it, right? We got the whole, oh, no, sorry, we're full. You're going to have to pay tickets to do it tomorrow. So I did all that. And then when we were waiting in line to get our candles, I showed them my QR code, got the ticket, got my candle. And then somebody came up. He's like, hey, it says you're sold out. Can I still come? And she was like, yeah, whatever. And she gave him a candle. She didn't have to pay, but he still got to come with and get a candle. And then when somebody else came up with a QR code who had paid, and she was like, oh yeah, we're out of candles, sorry. Like, you gave the guy who didn't even pay for the ticket a candle, told me last night that I had to have a ticket, and now the guy who actually did pay and did everything he was supposed to didn't get a candle. I was so frustrated. The heck, right? No, for real. God, I was like so upset. And then also after the tour, like there was like 4 stops on the tour where she gave us a ghost story at each building. I was like, for 20 bucks, this is not it. It was still cool to go on. Don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoyed it. The stories she did have, the locations we did go to, neat. But bro, like this was like the first tour, she said. This was the first stop on the tour. It was about this captain who always used to brag about like how he had a massive fortune and he kept it all in his house and he was so much better than everybody. So like one night, one of his servants left a window open, paid a guy from one of the other families to come in and murdered him. The servant said there'd be something in the room. Servant never found anything. So he probably could have got away with the murder, but he was so petty that he didn't get his payment for murdering this guy, that he told the whole town he did it, and then he died too in jail. Was it suicide or did his family kill him because they were embarrassed? That's still the mystery. Anyway, the ghost captain lurks in that house. That was like the story she told for that stop. That was the energy that we got for the other 3 stops on this ghost tour. It was not it for 20 bucks. Still neat. I just wish there was more. This was the old Salem Town Hall. Not really used as Town Hall anymore, but still was really nice lighting. Really cool atmosphere. Loved that. This was the old jailhouse she told us about. Not a jailhouse anymore, of course, but yeah. This was, what was it? The really famous author Hawthorne, who is related to the evil judge, but he changed, he took a letter out of his last name to try and make it so it didn't look like they're related. It didn't work. Everyone still knows he's related to the super evil judge. I think his name is Nathaniel Hawthorne, the one who wrote Seven Gables, Scarlet Letter, all that stuff. This is one of the houses he stayed in, lived in. People have said they've seen his ghost in there. Of course, every photo I took, I didn't see a fucking single ghost. So 0 out of 10 would not go on this ghost candlelit tour again. Anyway. Oh, more stuff on the outside. Oh, we're back to the beginning of that one. Scroll down. Okay, this photo I specifically took because this intersection, again, as someone who lives in Minnesota, this was bonkers to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stoplights at this one intersection. I didn't think there was that many lanes. Like, there's more stoplights than lanes. It was crazy to me. Also, I don't know if this is anywhere else, but here in Minnesota, right? Like, if you're going, like, up, down, like, this is the street, and then it crosses here. Like, it goes this way, and then up and down is the other street. Normally, when the cars are going up and down, the walk signs to walk up and down are saying walk, right? And then when they say stop walking, they get a red light. And then the cars going this way go that way, and the walk signs appear for the people walking that way, right? In Boston, in Salem, everything would turn red and it would just say walk. Like if you were walking this way or up and down or left and right, it would just be like walk. It's the walkers, it's the pedestrians' turn, walk. People would just walk all over. They would walk through the street and do whatever, and then it would say, all right, stop. And then the traffic lights would be normal again for a few minutes. I thought that was crazy. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, it works. Y'all are getting across. I was just like, damn, what the fuck? It's interesting, right? Super common over there, is it? To me, it was crazy. I thought we were gonna die. But hey, we got across the street. Oh, this was another cemetery that I took pictures of on our way out of Salem. And here's me getting on the plane to get back to Minnesota. There's Boston. There's the Atlantic Ocean. Sayonara. Oh yeah, I started collecting magic cards. So that's something else that's on the list also for something I want to do. I want to learn how to play Magic the Gathering because there's a vampire deck. I didn't know this. Now I know this. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. The walkers are really playing for like relate. They are. They really are. But yeah, I bought the first pack because I think it was Mango actually that was telling me how like the newest pack of Magic the Gathering had like horror themed or horror movie references in it. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. I'd like to get some of those. So I bought a pack of that, and like as I was looking at some of the card shops over there, I was like, what? That looks like a vampire. That is a vampire. And I like looked at the packs and I looked through. I'm like, oh, what could it? And I bought some of the packs that had vampires in them. Didn't get like a vampire. There's like a few. Like this lady looks like a vampire. That's a vampire priest. There's some blood. I was like, holy shit. So then I went online and Mango was like, oh yeah, no, there's actually a vampire deck. And he showed me a picture and I was like, oh, I want to learn to play Magic Gathering now. There's also a werewolf deck somehow, somewhere. I'd like that too. Yay. Oh yeah, I started collecting Magic. Well, I see how you ran out of money. Basically, I was like, oh shit. It's cheaper to buy the card you actually want instead of packs, just so you know. True. But here's the thing. At the card shop we went to, right? They did have singles, and some of them were the vampire people that I was looking at, right? So I was like, ooh, how much are these? And the lady running the shop was like, sorry, we don't individually price like that. It's whatever the market price is listed as on TCG. So I was like, all right, bet. So I pulled up TCG, and literally all the vampire cards they had as singles, like the cheapest one was like $12. And a pack was like $5. So I was like, huh. And seeing as how I'm just getting started, why not grab a few packs to just, you know, get that start? So I just grabbed some packs. But I do agree, just buying them single is probably the best. Honestly, my next move is probably just going to be to buy the standard deck for the vampire set. That's probably my next thing. And then I'll learn how to play, once I have something to actually use and practice with. God, I love to get some of the full arts in that set because some of them are just styled after retro horror movie posters. Yes! Yes! I love that. I want that. Let's go. We broke. Welcome to the world of card games. To be fair, I have been collecting Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! For a while. This ain't my first rodeo. However, Magic, like duels, matches, whatever they're called, they definitely run a bit different than a Yu-Gi-Oh! Or a Pokemon would. That is where I'm going to stumble and fumble. I've actually competed in 1 or 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments, not to brag. I mean, I lost. I didn't place at all, but I still did it. The experience is there. And Pokemon, oh, that's the other thing. At these card shops, I don't have pictures on here. Damn. But at these card shops, I definitely picked up a few more Astral Radiances. I am now only 80 cards away from having a master set of Astral Radiance for Pokemon. Let's go. I am so excited for that. The Cubics were fucking gnarly. I ran a Cubics deck. I did. I was that bitch. It's not bragging if you lose, mistress. Just the old GBC games though. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully I get that completed. I do want to show off some of my collections for Pokemon. Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't really have collections. Again, I just ran some decks for actual tournaments, but Pokemon are more about collecting the sets. But yeah, anyway, so I started the Magic rabbit hole, so that'll be cool to explore that. And there we are, over what I assume is Minneapolis or St. Paul. I don't know. We were near the airport at that point, so. And that is all the pictures from my trip. Yay! Pachi, 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 pachi. I'm back. Yeah, y'all. The plane landed safely. I didn't die. Y'all are fucked. Let's see. Boop. Let me try and hold on. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, that's right. Hold on. Let me try and reorganize my just chatting scene. Don't worry. We are not ending stream yet. Don't worry. It's been so long. I don't want to end it here yet. Plus, we have to talk about some other shit. Like what we're gonna be doing. Yippee! Bachi bachi! We're back. Y'all are done for. Don't threaten me with a good time. Yee! We live another day. Continue with those eternal life. Very fun. Yeah. So that was my trip. It was super nice to like go and relax a bit. I know I've been kind of feeling burnt out recently. Not from streaming even, just like life and work in general. So a vacation did me a lot of good. I do feel a bit better. True, true. Waiting for Bloom to find me and beat me to death. That's for your birthday. Don't worry. And, right, some of the other shit I wanted to talk to you guys about. Let's see. I want to know what we're feeling for what kind of games we should play. Like I said, I have a few days off here before I have to return to my boring bank job. So we can definitely use those days to do some thicker streams if we wanted. Oh, that's so far off. Well, you just have to wait. Be good. Maybe Santa will bring it to you. Is there a way for me to type? Is there? Hold up. Sorry, I just got Streamlabs for Father's Day. Is there not a way for me to just have like a text thingy I can type in? Oh, I can! Holy shit. Text. Huh? Where is it? Oh my god, it's so... Why is it way up there? Alright. Alright. What spooky games you want? Oh my god, why is it so big? There we go. Perfect. Alright. He thicker, yeah. Good sheepy. Oh, I think I love that emojis. Just hand sheep. Imagine getting beaten up by Santa and not even a lump of coal. Upper text, bottom text, listen. Listen. Alright, so we wanted Higurashi for sure. Wow, that is one hell of a color. Can we make it that color? Why is it so scuffed? Why is it all blurry? Whatever. It's fine. Wait, what? Can I change this? Ooh. Okay, anyway. Higurashi. Right. Ton. No. Me. Me. Autonomy. Low res being scaled up. Is it? Well, it ain't a blue screen if something ain't scuffed. Anyway. Anatomy, but close enough. Oh, sorry. Nat. No me. Hold on, let me move this so it's not on that thingy. Okay. Anatomy. And, whoops. Anatomy. Let's see. What else do I have on my Steam ready to work? Would writing, typing this out in Photoshop work? Yes, it would. We're doing it in Streamlabs though, because I didn't want to open Photoshop right now. Oh, I have Amanda the Adventurer. Would anybody like to see that? I will say, Amanda the Adventurer is a game that I've played before. I do know it quite well. I don't think you'll get me with scares in that game. But if you guys wanted to see it, I wouldn't be opposed to playing it again. What's the anatomy game? Yeah, Puskin, give him the rundown, because I know nothing. I just know it's super scary. The scuff adds charm. See? They get it. Sure. Yeah, I'll put it on the list. Oh, fuck. Where's my list? Amanda the Adventurer. Bloodborne? Bloodborne? I don't have Bloodborne, but we can put it on the list to see if maybe I can get it. It's something I did want to play, but I was planning on playing it after Elden Ring. But we will be playing Elden Ring for a thick minute, it seems. Sophia's Curse. I know I have Cry of Fear in Steam Labs already. Oh, Bloodborne cart. Oh! Oh! Shit! Okay, hold on. Oh boy. Oh shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, there we go. Alright, cart. There we go. Sorry. I was reading that as Bloodborne. Does Bloodborne count? Bloodborne game. Like, of course it counts. BB. Scrap your alley. It is. It really is. I don't want to say too much, but it's a game that one of my favorite indie devs. Super short, but very atmospheric. Yeah, from what I understand, the vibes of Anatomy, we would play it for a stream, probably. But boom. Listen. Let's see. What else did I have on Steam that was, like, spooky? We already played Amnesia. We already played Buckshot. Cry of Fear I have on there. We already played The Deer. We could revisit Faith if we really, really wanted to. So let me put that on there. If we really wanted to, we could play Faith again. Oh! Any of the FNAF. I have all of them. So we could play any of those. Faith! Yeah, I see that. I see a vote for Faith. What else do I got? We already played Helltaker. We're reading Higurashi. I mean, we could just start the next book if we finish this one. But that's already on there. Oh! I have... This is one that I've been really looking forward to. So we might read this between Higurashi, but I have no mouth and I must scream. That one's a book I've been really looking for. It's not even like a book. It's more of a text adventure. But that one I'm really looking forward to. The Isle always looks so spooky, but it's not a horror game. It's just a game where you, like, roleplay as a dinosaur. Oh, I have... Where's my box? Where did it go? I have Kindergarten. That's supposed to be a spooky pixel horror thing. What else did I have? Left 4 Dead, but we've played that a lot on the channel already. Lethal Company, see if I can't get some friends to do it with me, maybe. I don't know. Monster Prom. Let me put that on there. That's a visual novel. Monster Prom. With multiple endings, multiple people you can date, all that good stuff. Oh yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear. We never finished Not For Broadcast, so we could revisit that one. We played Spooky, we played Squirrel Stapler, we played Trick or Treat, we finished that one. Oh, and then we have Vampire, The Masquerade Bloodlines. I think those are all my spooky, scary ones that I have. Took you 40 minutes to beat, but you've played it once. Okay, got you. Song of Saya. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Whoop. Song of Saya. That is one that I definitely want to read. Ebe? Oh my god, Ebe, you're so right. Hitting all the good ones. Ebe. The Coma. I don't think I heard that one. The Coma. Is that like Soma? Isn't Soma? Because there was like... I think there's multiple Soma games, but there's one that was made by the people who made Amnesia. Oh! Amnesia Machine for Pigs. Because that's the whole reason we played The Descent into Darkness, was so I could play Machine for Pigs at some point. Lethal Company would be good. Okay. Lethal Company. I know Cam would be into doing that with me, but I don't know who else I'd be able to get. Maybe Pliskin. I don't know. Maybe they'd be willing to join, you know? I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Monster Prom's cute. It really is. I've played Monster Prom once. I went through, did one route, and that was it. Sana Uta, but I don't think YouTube would like it. Well, I mean, we've played other games that I don't think YouTube would like. Like when we're learning to play Mahjong. crazy enough. I thought YouTube would bonk me for the Mahjong one for sure, but it didn't. BTMB, BB. Yeah, and that being said, as much as I do want to do a playthrough of Vampire Bloodlines, believe it or not, this is a game Bluma has put a lot of hours in at some points in her life. So, it's not like it would be new or exciting. I mean, at this point, it probably would be. It's been a few years since I did a playthrough. It would probably still get me. We could probably still have fun with it. I mean, I know you guys would have fun with it. I don't know how many of you have played it or been through it, but it is a really good game. Look at those texts. Maybe. Of course I would. Okay. Try and stop me, she says. Yeah. So it looks like that's what I have for Halloween games. Some of these I probably would have to go out and get. But that's the list I got. So. Tomorrow is Sunday. I don't usually stream on Sunday, but because it's been a few weeks, we're going to be streaming tomorrow, I think. Monday and Tuesday for sure. And then, let's see, I have to be back and working. So yeah, I'll stream tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday. So what you guys want to do tomorrow? Which one vibes the most? Do we want to do Higurashi tomorrow? Take it easy? Read a few chapters maybe? Maybe. At least one for sure. How we feeling? How we vibing? And then back to the regular schedule program. Yeah. I do want to just get in a few streams so I'm back before I have to go back to work and stuff. You feel me? Shit, you guys are still kind of kitty wampus. Hold on. There we go. Depends how tired you are. I'm not tired. I'm not tired. Honestly, I got back yesterday and I did sleep a majority of the day away. So I'm feeling better to like try and stream a bit more. Take it easy, your vocal cords for 1 to 2 hours straight talking. It's fine. I mean, if anatomy is only 40 minutes long and that promising, why not try it? For sure. Okay, so we're really vibing with anatomy. Should we do anatomy tomorrow or Higurashi? Which one do you guys want to do? I want to be like doubt. My endurance has been getting a lot better since I started streaming. Like, right now we've been live for over 2 hours and I've been doing a lot of talking and I feel okay right now. A little tired. A little worn out, I guess, in the throat, but I'm doing okay right now. So it's time you stream tomorrow because you work. Oh, I see. You want to be here for anatomy. I get you. Okay. Let's see. Where's some paper? I should be writing this shit down so I can get set up the streams. Now I need a pen. Everything's gone. I left for 2 days and everything's in a mess. Of course I do. Okay. Good or whatever. Okay. I feel that. Good vibes. So we definitely want Higurashi at some point. Anatomy. As I'm off to work tomorrow. Boom is important. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's see. Well, don't you work late, Pliskin? So if we did anatomy tomorrow, if we did it at like 1 in the afternoon, would that jive? And then we could read Higurashi on Monday like we always do. That would make sense, actually. We can do Higurashi at 7 p.m. Monday. Central Standard Time. That would work? Okay, so we'll do anatomy tomorrow at 1. Tomorrow is Sunday, right? Today's Saturday, isn't it? That's the other thing. My days are all fucked up. Today is Saturday. So tomorrow and Sunday we'll do anatomy at 1. Higurashi on Monday at 7, like always. And then Tuesday. Do we want to do it? How about 6? At 6 we'll do something on Tuesday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then Wednesday. Wednesday at, I don't know, 6, I guess. I'm so excited. Laughs in Asia. I'm sorry. So what we want to do Tuesday? Let's see. How about let's be cheeky. Let's play FNAF. Because I remember at one point I was going to stream some FNAF, but then I got a really bad migraine and we ended up not doing it. So we'll do the FNAF one on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, let's see, what should we do? Sophia's Curse is a short one? Alright, bet. Let's do Sophia's Curse then. Because that's one I don't know if I know anything about. Is it on Steam? I'll have to go get it. Whatever Sophia's Curse is, that's one I have to go look for. So, but that'll be the plan then. Hopefully I find it, and then we can just do that one. So I went there, but I'm watching the shit out of those FNAF bots. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't know if we'll finish it, just because FNAF 1 does get kind of hard. It's the one I have the least amount of practice with. But that also just means that it will spook me the most, I bet. It'll get me the hardest, I bet. I bet. I'll bet, I'll bet, I'll bet, I'll bet. There was one that I did do one of the 20 modes in. It was FNAF 2. I don't know if it was 1020 or just the 520. Or 420, sorry. But FNAF 2 is the one I have the most practice in. So that'll be the boring one, I think, when we play it. 3 I also am pretty versed in. I don't know if we'll play 4 on stream just because it's so sound heavy. Like, I wouldn't be able to talk. But 1, we're definitely going to play. FNAF is so good. Did you hear they're making a second FNAF movie? I'm so excited. I'm going to go see it. I think it's out in December, along with Nosferatu. FNAF 2 is goated. Yeah, it is. I really like the, there's just something like a creepy atmosphere and then sprinkled with the 80s aesthetic. It really hits for me. I don't know. I really, really like it. It's really nice. Okay. But yes. Okay. I will try and get the stream schedule up tonight at the very latest. But that's what we're looking at. We're going to play Higurashi on Monday. Anatomy's going to be tomorrow. FNAF 1. And then Sophia's Curse. So good. That's what we're looking at for the stream schedule. I will try and get that schedule posted. Hello, VOD Squad. This is where the stream's about to end. But yeah. So I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow, though. But thank you for coming. And I'm glad everyone survived and everyone came back to the stream and no one forgot about me. That was my biggest concern. I'd turn it on and like no one would be here. Always that fear, right? The mistress is back. Hell yeah, she's back, bruh. Back, baby. Alright. Thank you again for coming. Yeah, thank you for stream. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for coming. I hope I can see you guys tomorrow. If I don't see you then, I'll see you when I see you, okay? Have a good night. Good evening, and goodbye.